Hello, hello, hello. This is a breaking news announcement. Something's going on here, folks. There is some activity in the deeper fields of intelligence in the metaverse. Before I get started, I want to say, how's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. We're going to have a full team meeting soon with our Decentraland reporters. We're going to be coming together, but on Sunday is a day for reflection, and folks, I hope you've been reflecting on the market because the Ethereum merge is right around the corner, and you should be considering everything that's going on right now. This black line is the Ethereum merge around the estimated date. Could be the 13th. So I'm watching this. We're already above the weekly. Well above. What do you think? Big update over here. In the artificial intelligence realm, these thingies have now been unlocked with the ability to create art. You basically are able to fund the artificial intelligence art generation. You can see some examples here. This one's my favorite. And I can combine these as well, like, using some programs, combine these things together and use those to create all sorts of things, like working on t-shirts. Oh, that's fresh. I'm already on Printify picking out some samples. So a lot of possibilities here. People are really excited. People are creating these. Actually, people are selling these as well. If you go here to their collection, you can see that these are actually selling in the market. People are, let's see, $39. So it costs about $4, let's say, altogether. $4 or $5 to make and mint one of these. I'll spare the details about the process. I made another video about that. But if you spend about $5 and you're making $39 selling the art, or even $16, that's pretty significant. The challenge is that the more art that you make with your thingy, the more time between art pieces you will take. I think the maximum is about a month, actually. But you can use additional ASTO token to accelerate that and be able to make art immediately. Interesting. So recently, I'm going to give you an idea. This was announced on the 8th. And this was different from other announcements. Other announcements, you can definitely see they cause blips in the radar here on a non-stop dump from early investors. I marked this off. See, early investors, they were getting in at like the very private seed round stuff. They were getting in at 0.008. During the price discovery auction, we set things, I think it was 0.34 or 0.36, something like that. So pretty much this was just like an early investor, take profits all the way down. They're like, listen, we're going to do it, but we're not going to do it all at once. They probably already knew they were going to bring it down to this, who knows, maybe a little lower. But I don't really imagine them bringing it below what their initial investment price is. Think about it. You're playing against big money, folks. What are the market makers really doing? So they took their profits. Here we are. Now, in these instances, like to buy the Atom card, like you can see these pumps from certain things like speculations, but Nothing sustainable. Now that we have the thingies, we're starting to see some healthy growth, some healthy recovery of some of these candles here. And if you look in the, the transactions, there's some very, very large transactions here. Look at this. Look at that. A 40 ETH purchase. I actually didn't even see that before. But there's also some other ones here, 5 ETH. So that's like $10,000. Somebody, if you're wondering, that's $72,000. Somebody put in yesterday. They put $72,000. Now, what we should do is look here, OX3AC. Okay, OX3AC. Let's see if OX3AC comes back for a sell. Because there are some people trading right now on this. OX. Okay, let's take a closer look at this wallet, because sometimes it's good to have a sense like, yes, there are buy-sell orders, but what kind of buy is this? Is this person's intention to buy and hold? Look, they're holding a buttload of that ASTO. Let's see if they got any NFTs. No NFTs. No activity in there. Oh, where'd it go? They got 3,000 USDC. New order. Another thing we can do is we can come here and take a look, because this is probably not a. This is a trader. I can already tell this is a trader. The reason I can tell, they only have, they bring in their USDC in the morning. They make a new wallet, a fresh wallet. Look, where did this come in from? You can see here that 16 hours ago, this wallet got around 15 ETH. You can look at the transaction. Got 15 ETH. They went ahead and they started doing some purchases here. What kind of things were they buying? Some USDC. And we can come here into these multi-call here. The multi-calls are the ones that actually take the token, right? Approve transactions. You can see the approved transactions. That's like approving to transact on a specific token. But the multi-calls, you can see what they're actually getting. Rocket Pool. Let's see how Rocket Pool's been doing. Let's see how Rocket Pool's been doing. Listen, the other day, literally, I kid you not, I was observing somebody who's buying on ASTO right now in mass, one of these traders, and look, this is one that they literally look at this price change in the last day. He put 10,000. This person had put 10,000 on this, which is like, for me, like, it's called a hunter's dream. I know nothing about this. I have no clue, but he put it on this one right here. He probably has some like algo trading platform something, and boom, you can see pumping above. So this was like, so this person, this is literally somebody I was looking at yesterday. So at this point, this person with 10,000 is making, let's see, that'd be 2,500. They've made 2,500, around 2,400, right, in profit. So if you have 10K that I'm not a day trader, folks. I'm just exploring. I just see these things and I'm learning from them. Let's see. What was the other one? Rocket Pool. It's like Ripple. People think they're buying Ripple. Is that the deal? See here, price changed in the last 4.14. Real funny. But for me, this is like akin to, for me, the reason why I'm looking at this, because I want to know what kind of investors we're having in here. Are they just trying to flip? Like, are these people who are maybe in, if I see a lot of these, it's not really a good sign. So this, yes, this is definitely a trader here. Not to say that trading's bad. It's just if it's only that, then that's just like it's unsustainable. But here you can see there's other people coming in at much, like a lot of buy orders at a really healthy level. These are people who are probably actually using the thingy art. And that's actually what I'm looking for. OX18. Here we got a 5 ETH buy. OX18. Let's see. OX. This is another trader here. And it might even be all the same person, to tell you the truth. And look, these things, they go on and on. Don't ask me. I don't quite. I think this might even be like, I don't know. People who do this, they probably have a protocol where they're just like building from one to the next. They have like maybe one ledger with many different accounts, right? And they like have probably a process where, you know, they have their initial money, take their profits, they move it into the next account, and they start working with that. They leave that there, and maybe they have it set up in a staking. So that's gaining money while they're using this one. They grow this one, blah, blah, blah. So at least if they lose their money, they don't go all the way to zero, right? They go back to their last year. There's probably some sort of protections, you know, infrastructure for risk mitigation. But yeah, I wanted to make this stream because I want to talk about how utility really drives price. So the reason why I'm just enjoying watching how now you can see we're going to keep monitoring this. But like these buy orders right here that you're seeing all at once, this is like FOMO. Kind of rigid stuff like that. Here's like, oh, something happened. This is the ASTO, the Atom card sale. But now look at this. This is the thingy. Now we're gonna have consistent use case happening here, and this might trigger the market makers and the whales to say this is the bottom, this is the time to get in on Atom. Because if this is what it's like with one utility, imagine when you see Muhammad Ali's, you know, the whole Muhammad Ali game integration they have coming out. This is for ASTO. This is Atom. I'm sorry, this is Altered State Machine. I've been covering this for a long time, folks. I've been looking at this project. It's artificial intelligence embedded into NFTs. They have a lot of sub-projects. It's open source, so like they integrate with a lot of different projects, and they have their own projects. One of those projects they created was a artificial intelligence enabled spider that paints art and has different kind of backpacks that have different machine learning attached to them and paint different sort of qualities. If you want to see what some of this artwork looks like, you see right here. This one here, the number 5, that is from yours truly, right? Yes, that's one that I made. I believe. Oh wait, no, mine's 353. See, this is the similar. Look at the similarity on this one though, because they're working from the same machine learning. Like these specific backpacks. Look at that one. Now look at this one. There is a slight difference. You can see this one has the mouth over here, and this one has the mouth over here. This one is my favorite one, and from all the other heroic styles, it is quite differentiated. And the heroic is one of the more rare ones. There's only 27 because it came from a designer backpack. So like I said, they have different kinds of backpacks, which means they make different kind of art. So these designers, I think there are only out of 9,600 of these thingies. The designer, there's only 158 ones with designer backpack. And I knew about the AI art generation and all this stuff before, so I was like, the designer quality is going to be sick. I might want to make a fashion thing one day, and this could be a way for me to create the designs. This was already an idea that was brewing. I got into this project because I was excited about that. So now finally, this art generation is available. You can see here of the styles. Some are more rare. This heroic, there's only 27. Now so far there's 2,000 items in this collection. 1992, hey, let's go. 2,000 items. Only 27 are heroic. So for me, look at these are all the different, and they all kind of have a similar. They're beautiful. This one's the one that I made right here. I put it for 0.3. I was like, I'm gonna make a shirt. I'm gonna make some. Like I said, I'm gonna work on some clothing designs, that have some sort of NFT integration with them. And I'm going to use these as my designs, right? So, On Earth Band already knows about that. I'm not going to spill too much alpha because that's for the On Earth Band. You have to have an On Earth badge to do that. Oh, speaking of which. Sorry, y'all. As of Nine's Giving being over, it's time to move our price back. So if you want to actually change the price, you can move it downwards, but you can't actually move it upwards. So in order for me to move it upwards, I have to take it off sale and put it back on sale. I was hoping they had fixed that. I guess you can't really fix that. I don't know. It's not a big deal. 45 seconds. You know how long it would take my bank to do that? 45 hours. Sitting at the bank, going to the bank, talking to the bank. Bitch, I am the bank. Who we got here in chat? I'm just going off here. I'm not even listen, I feel like I'm on this. This is an important moment. I just wanted to, like I said, I put it in the announcement, don't mind this at all, but for me, this is something big to pay attention to. For me, don't worry about y'all. I'm not trying to give anybody advice, but all the AI that we have in our lives belongs to some centralized corporation. Altered State Machine has democratized access to owning artificial intelligence, mining. This is what you just saw there is a little piece. I didn't even tell you about how literally we are currently mining the second generation of these brains because we have to bring more AIs into the market because we're going to have a lot of players. And the original Mint was only, they have a whole lore thing about it, but so right now we're mining these brains. It's a whole, trust me, I can't, y'all don't even want to hear me talk about all of this. I know you don't. But this is a whole thing that's happening right now. Artificial intelligence on the blockchain. And this is the token that they're going to use to mine the intelligence, to be able to train the brains, also to be able to mine these things like the art, AI art, right? Think about that. Think about that. when you make a piece of art on Dolly, do you actually own that piece? It's a part of their AI. There's probably some term. No, but you actually own the IP behind this piece that's generated. I just want to give a special shout out right now to the homies, AI avatars, Mustafa in the house. Velez asking what project it is. I think I went over that. Great. It is definitely a great AI project. Imagine in Decentraland NPC boss that you have to fight that is AI avatars. Exactly. You can use these brains for there's a lot of use cases. One of those is actually having them be embedded into an NPC that can walk around Decentraland or metaverses. They can integrate with any open source platform. Decentraland's open source. ASM for metaverses. These things can be trading bots, so you can literally train an AI to be a trading bot and sell that trading bot. ASM for gaming, which is on the horizon. They have a game called AFA. It's a soccer game, and they have the next legend. Which is a collaboration with Muhammad Ali for an AI boxing game. Let's frickin' go. Imagine this. Because don't you for a second think that they're going to stop at having it just be AIs versus AIs. Some person's going to come up and say, you know what, I could beat those AIs. I could beat them. Those AIs are going to train them, but I'm a gamer. I can definitely beat these AIs. So then people are going to start going on these and they're going to battle these AIs, right? And it's going to be like, you're going to have the option to play your character or it can be playing as an AI. Remember Mortal Kombat? Imagine Mortal Kombat was owned by a centralized corporation. When those AIs play, those are basically IP and value that ends up retained by the company because that's their AI they develop. But imagine that AI was, and that character, like the Sub-Zero, was owned by a person, and that was an NFT. And every time that AI played, it was run by that altered state machine, right? And every time, and then people say, man, that AI is so good, and then you can make copies of that AI, literally, and you can actually breed 2 of these Gen 1 AI brains together to make, like, basically spawning off these new versions of that trained AI. You can literally sell the AI that now you've trained, you developed as like a master boxer, and you can combine those, like, people. We're unlocking a whole new realm, and this is just the beginning. I'm watching this price because I'm interested to see what's going to happen as this continues. Will the sustained and continuous use case of AI art, is this going to be a pump and another sell-off for investors? Or are we going to see something of a steady rise moving forward? I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye on here. I do have pretty much confidence we are going to get back to this original, like, retail price area from that original price discovery auction. The question is, when? The answer is utility. Utility, folks. You have a great rest of your Sunday. I'm going to go meet with the Decentraland report team soon. You already know what's up. Much love.